Am I supposed to talk? Do I start talking now? So yes, coming to you live, I have feral pandemic hair. At least it's all one color today. It wasn't about 4 hours ago, but it is now. Like Mother Rose. Hello, you. Yes, so the first of all, I am Eliza Gordon, sort of. I'm actually Jen, but I write as Eliza Gordon, and I do that for a reason. People ask me all the time, why do you write under a pen name if people know who your pen name is? And I do it because I also write books for young adults, and the books that I write under Eliza Gordon are not appropriate for like 12-year-olds, because there's jokes in there that the parents don't want to have to explain. So it's just easier to keep them separate, and for branding, it's just better. So my latest book is coming out on Earth Day, April 22nd, which is imminent. It's a little different from the other Eliza Gordon books, and I've had a little bit of heat for that from a few people. Said that they didn't like it because it's got some murder. I didn't mean for it to happen that way. It just did. It's got romance. There's a really cool mystery. There's some family drama. There's an heiress. There's just everything. It's like a pizza. This book is a pizza. I don't even know what to call it. I know, that's terrible for branding. All the marketing experts out there are just going, oh, you're so dumb. But it's a romance book. There's romance. There's Finnan. Oh, Finnan. He's beautiful. Oh, and there's a dog. Finnan's the love interest. He's a civil and environmental engineer. There's also a little mastiff named Humboldt, and he's named after Alexander von Humboldt. He was basically the first environmentalist. So there's a lot of environmental themes in this book. All right, so one of the reasons why I decided to write this book was because I wanted my own planet, and I realized that that was probably not going to be feasible. Plus, Elon Musk won't let me borrow one of his rockets. Anyway, I wanted my own planet. So the joke started that I was just going to go buy a big plot of land and start my own world, my own commune. And the joke became an idea for a book. So we thought, what would be a fun way to take a character who has always had everything she's ever wanted, except for family and love, and put her in an impossible situation, which every good book starts off with someone in an impossible situation. So that's where the idea came from. And I am personally interested in all things environmental. So I thought, well, let's do an environmental spin on it. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of put all of these elements together and just kind of see what happened. So like I said earlier, this is a different book than the prior Eliza Gordon books. It's not the fall down, funny, kind of slapsticky that you get with Holly Porter in Must Love Otters and Holly Porter Builds a Raft. It's not the nerdy, geeky stuff that you have in I Love You, Luke Skywalker, but it is definitely, there's more, this book has more intrigue in it. I kind of wanted to spread my wings a little bit and just try some new things. And when I started writing this book, the intention was to write another romantic comedy. I was just gonna write something funny, and I was gonna have this girl screw up all the time. And then as I started to write it, it started to feel more important than that. Often when I sit down to write a book, I have a general idea and I know how I want it to end. And then I just start writing. I'm not a huge plotter, but I'm also not what they call a pantser, somebody who just sits down and flies by the seat of their pants. I'm kind of a hybrid. Let the story kind of tell me where it wants to go. And so that was one of the things that happened with Lara, is that all of a sudden, it wasn't just about a rich girl who has to go and run this island. It was about a rich girl who has to go run this island, and on the island is a group of people who really shouldn't be there. And I don't want to give it away, but there is a bad group of people, and that bad group of people have some very sinister ideas about the way things should be, and that carries on into book 2, which leads into another mystery involving Lara's mom, who is deceased, and other people in her life, which leads into book 3. And like, this book just became like a wildfire. It just took off. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I just thought it was gonna be about Lara and that she inherits this big slobbery dog. There's still the snarky humor, and getting to know Lara Clark was a lot of fun. Because I've not written a character like her before. And that's the challenge as a writer, is trying to come up with characters that aren't you, but are people that are still realistic on the page. They're not caricatures. In an early draft, actually, Lara was very, I didn't know quite how to write a rich person. So my editor fixed that for me, and that was good because now she doesn't sound quite as over the top. Plus she's, I swear a lot. I have a sailor's mouth. The F word's like my favorite word, but that's not necessarily a thing that wealthy people do, apparently. Apparently rich people don't swear. I don't know. So I have to tone it down a little bit because Lara's not me. She's classy. she's not a tacky broad like I am. Yeah.